Hello YouTube, Infinite Magicraid community, Gandalf here. So I get this question a lot, and some people wonder, how the hell do you save up to like 60,000 gems? Why am I always running out of gems? How could you possibly be free to play? Okay, so those questions I get a lot, and there was a time where I was completely free to play. Right now I do have the weekly pass. So I thought I explained to all the players where the gems come from, so you kind of have a goal to work towards somebody's regular income and better resource manage. So off the bat, what I spend regularly really is I would always buy the 40 energy every day, and I will buy the weekly event. Now, I don't actually go all the way to 64 thousand every time. I usually at least do 4,800. What I'll do is usually I aim for the 5,000 or 6,000 mark. I think on the trio event you can't get to 6,000 on just gems unless you're super lucky. For skating, definitely you can. On the magical match, you can. And for the uh, voyage dice one, even 5,000 is not guaranteed on gems because sometimes you have really bad RNG. So I will only go for the 4,000. Um, Really, what I'm aiming for from a ranking perspective at this point, it doesn't really matter too much. I think I usually do better Magic Clear and with ice skating, I usually push for all 64,000 because I feel like with those events, I can get perfect matches or shorter clear than others. There's a little bit less RNG with those events, so I tend to better and I will push for the ranking on just all 64 gems only and try to push for maybe rank 100 or rank, within the top 5% for sure. But for the other one, I might just, forego it and just go for the cutoff point where you get the most optimal number of excellent shards. So let's take a look at where our income comes from. I kind of summarize it on the right side of the screen. I really hope it's big enough for you to see. Let me see if I can make the font a little bit bigger. Because I do realize what I'm doing today here is okay. So hopefully that's a little bit better for you guys on the screen. I know I'm recording full screen, just trying to fit all the information in today. Um, if you don't have time to stick around, basically what I'm about to tell you is you earn anywhere as a free to play, completely free to play, well over 7,000 gems late game. And if you do well in championship, you do well, you're in a really strong guild to get the rewards from your guild mates when they get good placement. That's probably another 1,000 more a week. And then, of course, you have the monthly code you can take advantage of. So that's another 250 per week you average out. And if you do get the weekly pass, it's easily 100 more gems for just the monthly pass. Sorry, for the monthly path. So you can get 1,400 easily per month. So let's go through here. Um, and if you're like mid game trying to figure out, okay, what do I invest on to maximize my income? Really, the biggest income come from a couple places. One is your guild boss. Go for the highest. You can try to go for the one ticket clear on the Guild Boss, you can see um, this is 2400, sorry, 240. Level 5 is 160. And if you have the weekly pass, you get three, sorry, the monthly pass, you get three tickets. So immediately that's another 100 gems for using it on that. Um, I think I underestimated here. I technically you always get the double guild drop per um, you get the double drop, right? So you get the double drop once a month. So the estimate you see at the top here, the real estimate should probably be, you probably can get like 20% more from this, right? So that puts it averaging out to maybe, let's just quickly bring out a calculator here. Um, you get a double it once a month, so it happens every fourth or fifth week, or maybe I think they do it every 4 weeks. I don't remember anymore, but every month for sure there's a double drop event. So what I should technically do here is, in any typical month, you actually get, um, I think you get 5 times of this, but you span it over 4. So you really get 3,500 a month just from the guild boss there. So that's another 700 more. So let's plus another 700 to account for the the double drop event. Um, Next thing I would say the highest is in PvP. And for those of you who can, especially if you're newer zone, try to finish top 20. Finishing top 20 and getting to king on both. I believe it's 1400. Like when you log into the game, you will see all of the gems come through. I think it's actually a little bit more than that because I've received 1400 plus before. So either way, I'm counting the 1400 ranking. So you can see here ranking rewards, season rewards is once a week. Try to aim for here or here if you can. That's a good amount of gems. And you actually get every tier up, you're getting a decent amount of gems. Like it's small, but it adds up, right? And it's every week. So every week, here you go. That's another good chunk of gems. I would say just from the regular classic and advanced arena, you're looking at 1300 gem or so. So these are the two biggest plays you can get um, on a week. Next, probably you probably want to start working towards is your Wuthering Coast. Your Wuthering Coast rewards are pretty decent. Your guild definitely, most guilds that's mature will probably be able to help you get this every week. So 200 right there. And on an individual basis, you can it's decent, right? Like 1600 is probably attainable for a lot. And going to 3.2 is only 60 more. So it's not that big deal. Try to aim for somewhere in between here to get your Wuthering Coast rewards there. The next one is Broken Lands. So Broken Land's on display right now. Broken Land, surprisingly, you actually don't get that much reward. Um, Most of it comes in the form of other things. The guild rewards, if you can finish it as a guild, that's 500 gems right there, I believe. Right, 200, and then add these together. So that's 500. That's 500 gems every 3 weeks, I believe. And then when on your individual ones, I can't see it here, but there are quests that you can complete. I believe there's about 100 gems in there. So averages it out to 200 per week. So it's not, I will prioritize guild boss, then get your PvP sorted out. That's your biggest source of income. Just those two alone will help if you can get to this level plus a monthly card. You're already self-sustaining and allowing yourself to spend the full amount on these events. Manage your energy well. I never waste energy, never waste gems charging up. And for battle pass, so people wonder like, how do I manage my battle pass? So on my battle pass, you can see is yes, I bought it now, but for many months in my video, you will notice I haven't bought the battle pass. If you don't buy the battle pass, what you want to do is you want to save your claiming, and you want to wait for right before. Do we have the event right now on the double dragon egg? I think that was a couple weeks ago. Sorry, that was last week, I think. So on the double dragon egg, whenever that event drops, that's when you use all of the energy saved up from your battle pass for it. And at most, I think you just need to spend maybe 2,000 gems to buy the extra energy you need. Like you don't need to waste your gems buying energy anymore, really. They give a lot of energy away. Make sure even if you don't have the um, okay, so on the computer version, you definitely can't watch the ads, but get it on your phone. The amount of energy and gems you get through the ads, I didn't count it in this calculation, but if you do, that's probably close to another 500 to 600 a week at least. Um, Especially the ones from Advanced Quest, these ones are quite generous. Unfortunately, because I'm using the computer version. On the BlueStack one, if you don't have a good phone and you want to play on BlueStack allow you to watch the ads as well. So that's another option, but it's not counted in the calculation here. So your daily one, you get 20 gems here. Can't remember. I think is this the one? No, this is the energy one. Whoops. I think this is there's one here, I believe, with gems. So 200 gems right there, right? So you can get that once per week. Yeah, so there's quite a bit from the daily quests that you can get. So, and you have the login. So here, I forgot to add from the weekly quest. Your dispatch. So once you play a while, you can see there's a lot of gems available. Like if you just look at this right now, and if you get the 7-star one, I think it's just 100 gems right there. So this adds up quite a bit. I'm fully maxed out on level 12 now. So you can see the chances are pretty high. 50% of the chance is going to be a 5-star or better, and you're getting like 15 gems in there. So I get 36 quests a day. That's a lot of quests. So five or six of them will be gems. So it averages out to at least 100 per day. 100 is on the low side per day. So that I think we covered the daily quest there. Um, we haven't talked about Elemental City. So Elemental City, absolutely, even for a beginning new player, you get 600 gems from here every 2 weeks. So stage 15, stage 10, and stage 5. Everybody can clear that. That's 600 gems easy up front. And for the rest of it, you don't get gems. But that's again more gems for you. Um, do your championship. Championship. Every tier you get, it's 30 gems. It's 30 gems. It adds up, right? And I think there's like 14 tiers all the way to 15 tiers all the way up to king. So every tier, that's another 30 per tier. You actually don't get rewards for the phase, but once you get to championship, I think the top 64 starts from 500, and that's what I can aim for every week. Uh, and also from the championship pass, do it. Like it's really easy to complete these quests. So here you got another 50, 50, 50, 20, 20. So that's 190 from the championship. Um, and then here's the ranking, right? So 420. So what you can do here is we'll need to add those together and divide by 2. It cycles over 2 weeks. Then there's Fair Arena, which is not on. Fair Arena cycles every 2 weeks. It alternates with Championship. Um, I can't remember how much you get in there, but there's actually quite a bit of, I think there's a decent amount of gems in the pass. I think. I can't remember. We'll have to double check. But either way, it's a there's some gems in there too. So we talked about all of this. Then let's talk about your events. In your events, you actually don't get it from your ranking. So you can see here in your ranking, right? Event rankings, you don't actually get any gems for point ranking either, but this is where you get your mythic shards. In your point ranking, I believe most events, okay, maybe some events. So let's see the dungeon ones. I know Brave Trial definitely gives you gems, right? I think Brave Trial is somewhere in here. Does it give you gem? It doesn't. Okay, I'm a little bit surprised at that. So maybe these events don't give you gem, but these two definitely do. So on a weekly basis, for your equipment and artifact, there's a tiny little bit of gem in there, and you get gems on placement for these. So I try to get you either in the top 3 whenever there's equipment on. I try to do my farming. So for example, Grillin, uh, I will, and especially Marius, often happens when there's only 1 day left. So I will try to make sure I do the most amount of farming for the dungeon when this is on. So I try to get that first place, um, 2 summons, 100 gems, and it adds up, right? It adds up every week, and you also get it on enhancement. So I don't do any enhancement. I save my enhancement um, for when the event on. So you get that, and I think there's like 20 gems in there. So weekly from these events, you get a little bit more. There are gems in the summit event as well. So you get the equipment artifact on Monday through Thursday, then Friday to Sunday. So um, you will be able to get 200 a week. I guess actual events. I always thought the actual events actually gave you some gems. So for example, Grillen, you have it here. I guess maybe it's for farming only, and you don't get that much from here. Um, I think when you do the clears, right? I think in here, does the event actually give you some gems back, or it just gives you? No, it doesn't. Okay. And what about the floors? The floors don't give you gems. Okay. So that's that. Then every month we usually can expect one event, right? There's so many holidays around. There's always some sort of event. So if we or they have like the boss, whenever the world boss comes, like we have events too. Every month there's events. You can always expect that. So events usually have a holiday dungeon or some sort of holiday pass. If we look at the holiday pass, there's I think 400 gems here. So 50, 50, then another 300 here. So make sure you do these. Your dungeon challenge, sometimes people forget about these. These ones, whenever they come around, there's a lot of gems in here, right? There is 2,200 gems right in here. If we don't get this, usually the event usually comes around with like a special dungeon, and those special dungeons usually have a decent amount of gems in there as well. Okay, so we're kind of done with all the freebies that the game gives you. If you think I've missed anything, please put it in the comments below. So then from there, you get the weekly pass, right? So I talked about the weekly pass here is 100 gems a day. The extra guild boss ticket, use it on level 4, one hit it, so you can get 100 gems from here, from the level 4. So level 4, make sure you do that. So make sure you never hit the same boss the same time. You should always optimize for the max amount of rewards if you can't one key the boss, which is I think a given. What else is there to talk about? Oh yeah, there's the monthly code, right? So claim history, thank you codes. Oh, there we go. We can probably go back. See all the championship up according to your ranking classic arena, right? 400. And level up. All these you get on the day right away. There's always a giveaway code every month. Sometimes for a special event they give another one. So you expect 1,000 from there. And whenever they screw something up nowadays, usually you can expect 1,000 gems for compensation. So these are always like, sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. Um, and of course, when you're finishing the campaign, right? Like, um, for the first time, there's gems in here too. See? So some people wonder, like, how did you? I think someone was watching my new player series, and they're like, how did you get 12,000 gems as a brand new player? I'm like, because I didn't spend any, and I went through almost all of campaign. Like when you're clearing hell, nightmare, whatever, the first time you clear anything, that's 100 gems. So easily you rack up that high amount of gems as well. So yeah, so is this game free to play friendly? This is probably the most free to play friendly game that I've ever played. Hopefully that clears it up for people, whoever wants to try this game. It's totally sustainable. You guys have seen me run Gandalf the White if you check out my other videos, the ones before. Yes, it was a high level account. Yes, it had strong heroes, but for 6 months, I did not spend a single dollar on the account. No vouchers either, and it was supposed to, and it's sustained like in the top 10 every single week. And it gave me enough resources, to remain competitive on the account. So that's why I say, you go to a new zone, leverage your game knowledge, maybe invest just a little bit upfront to get that early advantage, and then you should be able to sustain it all the way throughout relatively easily once you get to late game where you can one key the boss. Um, of course, there's always other rewards. Like I'm not going to talk about all the, in the gallery, of course, you have gems when you finish things on the gallery, right? In the Echo one as well, when you finish your achievements, you're getting a whole bunch of gems as well, right? Like these are all gems. So I think the one-time gem you get, it's maybe 30 to 40,000 one-time gem in the game. Of course, there's like other things like your growth fund too, right? Like there's a massive amount of gems in the bottom if you do get this. I think it was like $20 or $30, I can't remember. Um, there's a there's a lot of gems down here too. Of course. Oh, how could I forget? Make sure daily, right? Daily, 5 gems here, pick it up, right? Weekly, 50, monthly, 200. Like, make sure you pick up all the stuff. Like the gems do add up. Really, I don't see someone running out of gems unless they're using a lot of it to buy stuff from the store. Like, I don't know. Like I never buy the multi-battle ones. Maybe sometime I'll spend 50 gems to buy this one, but rarely do I do that. Regression potions, I try to use the ones that give me from events. So if you spend smart, you really only have to spend 64,000. Um, every week plus 280 from the energy. That's what I'll buy. And that's enough to keep your energy fully stored to 8,000, which is more than enough for you to place like around the top 100 to 150 in each of the farming events. So now having said that, let's just, grab a calculator and just see how much gems we're at, right? So let's do this. Calculator. So from the top, we're going to do 3,500 for the boss, plus 620 for the Wuthering Close, plus 200 for Broken Lands, 300 for Elemental City, 1,300 for Classic and Advanced Arena, and then maybe another. So we take the championship pass and this together. I think that's what, 600. So divide that by 2, so let's plus 550. So we're already enough to sustain the regular spending on the weekly amounts on the voyage event. Let's just plus 100 for Fair Arena instead of this, because since we don't know what it is. Our daily quest and dispatch. So for the dispatch and daily quest, we're going to do 1,050, and we're going to plus 200 for the weekly quest. And then for the weekly events, we're going to plus another 200. So that's what you will get purely free to play. Sorry, I forgot to mention the random events. So plus another 600 for that, um, normalized per week. So every week you get that. You're gonna spend away 64,000 of it, let's just say, and then you're gonna minus 280 for that. So you're saving 2,000 gem every week. Now, if you save this much every week, you times that by 4. That's how much you're getting a month, right? And then you start adding on the stuff like if you do get a weekly pass, that's 200 a day. So 200 a day, so 60 days. You got another 6,000 more. Then you plus guild champions every 2 weeks. So I'm in a really good guild. So I get like 4,000 gems out of that, 2,000 every week from everyone's placement, and then plus the monthly code, 1,000. So hopefully now people can see how I'm saving up close to 20,000 gems every month. So the numbers don't lie, right? There's plenty of videos where you saw it was like 50,000, 60,000 at the top here. So there you go. Manage your resources well, and that's a lot of miracle summons. So even as a free-to-play player, you can use those summons to get yourself a guaranteed limited hero, or get a hero that you really want through the miracle wishes. So hopefully this was informative, and I'll catch you next time. If you like the content I do, please like and subscribe. Gandalf out.